If there is one thing that life has taught everyone, then it's that every hard moment must pass. You can't live a great life forever, and you can also not sit in a slump for an entire period of time. This specific thing also applies to gaming franchises who have seen their classic video game getting a sad decline in the past few years. In today's video, we're going to list down the top 10 video game series that went downhill. So without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Gears of War. Gears of War was one of the best games available on Xbox. This franchise had great gameplay, incredible weapons, an amazing story, and unique characters to make it the best game that could look like an 80s sci-fi action movie. The first 3 games from the gaming franchise were completely amazing and added new elements to the gameplay. It also expanded the story to its final verdict. Players then saw 2 more games that turned out to be terrible. They lost the spirit of the franchise and what it was. The last game, Gears of War 4, knocked down straight by not getting major attention. This is one of the best video games, which is now dying in an era where Xbox does not have many great games. This was basically a serious blow for gaming fans. Number 9. Call of Duty. Despite the amount of money which it makes, the fan reaction of this game has shifted a lot in past years. It is still accessible and can be fun to play, but it has not been the same as it used to be. With the last few entries in the gaming world, which got a negative response from fans, things became good for Call of Duty. The previous entry in the franchise carried the game back to its origins. If you have heard about the reviews of Call of Duty World War II, then you might know that the franchise took some steps ahead, while taking some steps back too. It was because of the inclusion of loot boxes and many other issues. To know whether or not the series will go up or down from this place is completely up to the individual, but many people have been pleased with the downward trend. However, there is no doubt that Call of Duty will make a huge amount of money in the coming years. Number 8. Halo. This series made a heartbreak among the fans because of the lovely memories of the first 3 games. Halo changed the gaming world for both Xbox and the first-person shooter genre. Well, the game should have ended after the 3rd entry, but this is not in the case of Halo. Many people still love this game, but the quality has moved down since 343 took over. Just like Gears of War, there was a strong verge to the series that could have ended on a great note. However, the story started again and got more crazy as it went ahead. Well, it was committed for money and was one of the biggest stories of Xbox. The thing is that no matter how much we like or dislike the new games, the original first 3 versions were great during the primary Xbox and Xbox 360. Number 7. Silent Hill. Is it safe to say that almost everyone hates Konami? It is basically because of everything that happened from PT, Kojima, and Metal Gear Survive. In fact, this company has gone downhill completely. The first few games were some of the scariest games, which were great in the past days. After the arrival of a few games that lacked quality, earned a positive reception from fans and critics. However, the Silent Hill games went completely downhill. Well, when the franchise made history with the upcoming collaboration between Kojima, Norman Reedus, and Guillermo del Toro, Konami also got shut down. This was the onset of the drama between the company and Kojima, which also started because of the possible death sentence to the Silent Hill games. Number 6. Sonic the Hedgehog. This is a franchise that is only recalled by some die-hard fans. It was a classic hit from Sega that lasted over a decade and was loved by its fans. It got to a specific point where the franchise was heading down a difficult road. The games got enhanced to the point which left the basic ideas behind and lost all the things that made these games popular. The gaming world has transformed in a shocking way. Some games like Mario managed to survive, but Sonic didn't have the same fate. Sega has not been a relevant thing, which led to the decline of the franchise. The good thing is that there is an upcoming movie, which might spark up some interest in the Blue Hedgehog. But with the trend that video game movies have made in the past, it is predicted that the movie will fail to get the love from gamers. Number 5. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. If you hate sports and video games, then you will definitely love the old Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. It had great music, a variety of fun characters of real skaters, excellent maps, and solid gameplay created for a great franchise. While the games are not exactly what they used to be in the early 2000s, the Tony Hawk ride is marketed heavily for being different. The interest of players was seen there, but when they got their hands on it, the game was quickly forgotten. The ultimate conclusion came with 2015's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. The game had several bugs, poor gameplay, and looked like a sharp money grab. Fans started to hate it so much that it made sure that the franchise would never be revived. Number 4. Medal of Honor. The downfall of Medal of Honor appeared in 2012 from the game's final entry, Medal of Honor Warfire. Due to poor reviews and sales, EA said that there will not be any more games available from the series. The last entry came with excessive bugs, terrible gameplay, disturbing and confusing campaigns. It also had a flat-out dumb AI, along with the main stuff being called out as Call of Duty and Battlefield, which also increased difficulties for these games to stand on their own feet in the military FPS category. It was definitely a brutal downfall to a franchise that was great and was loved by various fans. Number 3. Dead Rising. The first Dead Rising was extremely flawed, but still was an excellent game to play. The game had the best story, characters, and gameplay. The next entrance added some great components, which include combining weapons and collective gameplay with a PAL present in the entire game. While the game was missing something from the first game, the gameplay was extremely comical, and the writing also became bizarre. The first game was funny, but had a balance of seriousness. The second game had that too, but was losing the feel of the gameplay from the first game, along with some thrilling characters. The games became less productive and found a process to duplicate the second game. The latest entry promised to go back to their origins, but looked more like a failure. The gameplay did not improve much except the concepts, which were introduced from the earlier game, and with a story that looked like a slap in the face to players who were a fan of the original game. Number 2. Mass Effect. This is one of the biggest failures in the gaming industry. After years of development and struggles, the fans of Mass Effect received a new game that was about to start a new trilogy in the franchise. However, Mass Effect Andromeda came to have some horrible talk, poor voice acting, shortage of customization, and was plunged with bugs. This not only allowed the players to leave the game, but also left a bad taste in the mouth of players. The game got some strong reviews, but fans were still not happy with it. The negative reviews surpassed the game's positive reviews and strong sales counts to leave the franchise at a point where it was not unable to rise up again. Number 1. Bomberman. Bomberman is not completely sentenced from the gaming industry, but the half-hearted response to Super Bomberman are also left the franchise in a risky state. The game is simple and fun, but many players argued about the bugs, a short campaign, and was absolutely boring if you didn't play with your friends. The game was surrounded by a discussion that was negative towards the game while ignoring the potential it actually had. After being quickly ignored by different players, this also turned out to become a franchise that disappeared without giving an expected comeback. Alright, that's it for today's video. But before we confess our final goodbye, please note new videos are uploaded regularly on a wide variety of gaming topics. Comment on our video to let us know what you want to see next. If you like watching our video, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching.